Welcome back to MFile's Process Maps. In this session, you will get an overview of the basic use of commands in the map view and in the Process Map Designer. We'll show you how to add interaction commands to your map in 4 easy steps and what actions you can generally take or anticipate for your users. You will learn how to interact with the metadata card, set commands to open or edit an underlying object, and how to set up jump commands that allow you to launch different views, maps, or objects. To add interaction to your canvas and make your process map responsive to user actions, you can work with action commands, triggers, and targets. In the map view, you can see a typical element, here an MFiles document, which has multiple triggers and action buttons. By adding commands to elements and linking objects, it is possible to integrate numerous interactions, such as reading, editing, creating new objects directly with one click. Let's look at the creation of commands in the Process Maps Designer. If you have linked a shape with an MFiles object, typically an action button for opening the metadata card is already provided. In order to access the properties of the object, you must first select it as per usual and open the Properties menu on the right side. If you're working with an existing map, it may be a good idea to turn off the Enable Command Icons button in the toolbar, so you can select an item with a mouse over effect more easily, for example. Open the Properties menu and look at the entries in the Commands area. You can edit these entries with the pencil icon, add new entries with the plus symbol, or remove entries with the minus symbol. Let us look at this functionality in more detail. If you use the plus symbol, the Add New Command menu appears. Here you can add new commands to the selected element in 4 simple steps. Choose what to click, the trigger, what should happen, and your target. In the first step in the top left, you have to decide what should be clicked. Either select the symbol itself, then the label will be highlighted and you can click directly on the shape, or select Icon to make a new gray icon appear on the right side of the element. When creating new icons, you can also change the appearance of the icon using the 3 bars on the right. Here you can select the desired icon from a predefined set or upload an icon file. The second step to create commands is to select the trigger. That is, to set how the command is activated. You can choose between a simple click, double click, or mouse over effect, and even add keyboard buttons, Shift, Alt, or Control, that have to be pressed simultaneously. In the third step, you can select an action that should be performed after the call of the trigger. You can choose between the calling of the metadata card, the object in read or edit mode, or in a list view in the MFiles client, as well as the creation of new objects. You can also jump to viewports of another process map, giving the possibility to create a graphical navigation system. If these actions are performed later on, the familiar windows from the MFiles client will appear, with the metadata card for the creation of new documents. Or you open an application that has been assigned to the object for editing, such as Microsoft Word or Adobe Acrobat. The last step involves defining a target. There are several options for the target and filters to sort through your MFiles objects. To choose which target to use, first select the type of target. You can choose between MFiles objects, anchors set on this or other process maps, MFiles views, or an HTTP URL as a target. It is important to note that the available actions will change based on the type of target selected. The list below also changes depending on which target type you have selected. For example, if you want to call an object, you can filter for all object types of your vault and search for the matching object using the search bar that appears. If you cannot find the right object right away, you can also use the filter options above the search bar to further refine your search. In the filter options, you can also set logical operators and the number of search results. After going through all 4 steps, add the command to your element by clicking the Add button. As you can see, these settings are very much dependent on what exactly you want to achieve with the chosen action. For example, it is possible to refer to a document, jump to another map or list view, or create new items such as assignments. Please note that users must also have the necessary authorization to perform the action on the element. The process maps permission rules of your mFiles vault apply. Finally, a tip on how you can simplify adding commands. Sometimes it is a good idea to work through these 4 steps backwards. First you select the target, which then automatically reduces the available commands. Then you select the action, then you define the trigger, and then the appearance.